The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, is an inspirational hour that'll take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. Get ready to be transformed from Dr. Jenn's live guided healing meditations and intuitive readings, and unveil the power of connecting to spirit, the angels, and your higher self. Dr. Jenn is passionate about helping you find the answers you're looking for through an inward journey that'll strengthen your connection to spirit and help you trust your intuition. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jenn Royster.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Jenn. Today we're going to talk about the full moon. This is the second one, Aquarius. There was two back to back. We're also going to work with Archangel Haniel, which is very good to work with intuition, lunar cycles, your spirituality, connecting with higher dimensions, and just how to make all of this work. This is an interesting dynamic that we'll work with, and also a little bit about Jupiter, because Jupiter is retrograde and active during this full moon. We had one in Aquarius a month ago in July 23rd. And it's interesting when I look at this energy, because I've been seeing it happening all over the place, what's going on. So I'm going to dive right in. I want to welcome everyone that's joining. We are streaming live on my YouTube channel. You can find it at Jenn Royster. You can also go to my website. It's streaming over there if you don't want to do that. And welcome. We have live chat open. So I'm going to put the information out, and then I will go over to chat and we'll see if we have any questions, or we can do readings or whatever we have going on over there. We have a great group that shows up, and I appreciate all the viewers and audience that show up and have been with me through the years. Some of them since 2010 when we started the show. So I appreciate you very much. So here we go. This full moon in Aquarius will be August 22nd. Like I said, this is the second one of a back-to-back series. The first one was July 23rd, and that one was also in Aquarius. And the way this works with astrology, when I was doing all my homework, I just found this so fascinating. The first one in July was the beginning of this energy that we've been feeling. So if you can recall back around that full moon, what was popping up for you, that was the beginning of it. And it may have felt unanswered. It may have felt like there was no closure yet. You knew there was something in the air, but you didn't know what it was. This one coming up on the 22nd is the ending of that energy, and everything becomes loud and clear. And I mean, it was just not holding back at all on this. Because they're working in tandem, there's something that may have felt incomplete for the last month. So you weren't by yourself on that. You knew something was up. You know, you've been really antsy to figure out what it is. That was the energy helping to stir things up in the pot there, so you could find your clarity now. So it's all coming together on this one coming up on the 22nd. I mean, full moons light up. They light up the sky, right? They illuminate everything that's in the dark. That's kind of the symbolism of that. And when you are very much aligned with this type of energy, you're working on your spiritual path, you're in a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're just trying to find your way out of that dark night of the soul. Trust me, I know what that feels like. You're looking and you're hungry for that greater truth, that real authenticness that you can trust. And obviously that's going to be within you. When we are looking to free ourselves and find that greater truth, then it all falls into place. It just falls right into place. The sign of Aquarius is interesting here. This is the potential to amplify and activate a desire for freedom, a desire to shine your truth, to shine a spotlight, so to speak, on what will revolutionize your life. There's so much changing here. It's a revolutionary type of energy, and the whole year has been sort of an age of Aquarius vibration anyway. We're seeing a lot happening and shifting very, very quickly with technology and innovations, and creativity is just off the chart. That's Aquarius energy right there. And it's all about doing something different. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Yep, here we go again, stepping out of the comfort zone. What we thought we had just recently figured out, okay, there's the norm. Now we're going to find a new norm. You know, it's continually evolving and changing and expanding. So, and that's thanks to Jupiter with that energy, right? So it does encourage. Aquarius energy encourages innovation and growth like that. It's always looking at things from a new perspective. Okay, there's always a way to look at something differently. Maybe it's just, you know, you only saw the one perspective, maybe a couple. Well, there's new ones coming around that's just going to be bold and clear and go, whoop, there it is. And, you know, as we're coming around, you know, it's wrapping up. Okay, we're wrapping up the Leo energy. We've been in that sign of Leo, and we're about to go into the next one here. But this is adding that boost of courageous energy and creativity to give us what we need to step out of that comfort zone and find that new direction that we are craving for. So many of us are just craving for a clarity. I get that. I've been feeling that too. Full moons are a completion of a cycle. Because these were back to back, they worked in tandem together, and we're wrapping up what may have felt unresolved from a month ago. So that's that part of it. I know there's so many more things that are evolving and coming into play here. Aquarius, just a reminder, Aquarius also is a ruler over technology and advancements that way. Bringing it to humanitarian needs, like working as a group more than individual. That could feel like it's bumpy at times. That could feel like it's working, no it's not, yes this, right here, back and forth. I know, I hear you. But when we're focusing on the whole, we're starting to see it from a different perspective. We're starting to see things from the bigger picture, a much bigger picture. When it goes way out, you know, and feels like it's out of balance, where it's too much and you're being drained in the group or all the energy of someone else, you may feel emotional, you may feel overwhelmed. There's very important balance here. You don't forget your self-love. You don't forget your self-care, because what you bring to a group is you being in balance. If you're not in balance, that's what you're bringing to the group, and it just, you know, that's what happens. So if you're finding that it feels like, okay, I'm giving too much and I'm not having enough here, you have to balance that. There's a very important balance. And I do want to remind everyone of that. When I say there's humanitarian needs going on and there's a group effort, this is a 2-year, and that's, you know, 2 is not just by yourself. It's a group, and Aquarius is humanitarian. We're bringing a balanced person into this, so don't forget that part. When we have Aquarius energy, there's always a new perspective to see. And we are talking with Archangel, let me put it that way, with Archangel Haniel today. But also I want to remind you that Archangel Gabriel is a great angel for creatives, artistic people that are inventors, people that are writer, any type of creation or anything you're developing. This angel Gabriel is great for seeing things from a new perspective, helping you see seeing the bigger picture type thing. Great angel for communication as well. Now, when we move on into this, we have Jupiter. So let me tell you a little bit about Jupiter being mixed into this, okay? Jupiter is in retrograde right now, but it's also in connection with this full moon. And so it's making the energy very active. And what's Jupiter about? This is a good thing. And I'm going to explain this. There's a really cool little tidbit here that I've studied and researched and found with this particular energy that we have for this moon. Jupiter expands whatever it comes in contact with, whatever it touches. There's an expansive energy to go further than you did before, kind of a thing. It's whatever you're manifesting, whatever you want to manifest. This is what this is about. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever is coming to light for you, will probably come in loud, clear, and bold. And there won't be any second guessing with it. You'll know, oh, there it is. I know. And that's you know, if you think about it over the years, that's what we've wanted. We want a clarity. We want to know for sure. We want to trust it. That's where Haniel comes in, the angel. Haniel helps you trust your intuition. This is important with this moon because it's got Jupiter expansive energy tied into it, Aquarius energy being all this innovative new perspective. This is an interesting dynamic coming together at the same time. So you have this expansive energy, so whatever it is you're manifesting will be very loud, bold, clear. Remember that. There's not going to be any guesswork with this one. It won't be, oh, maybe it's that. This is a real clear delivery. And this is the part I want you to hear in an optimistic way. Whatever needs to be cleared away, this energy of this full moon will deliver it. Whatever needs to come into your life will happen too. So it's working with this flow. So it's going to be clear what needs to go away or is already falling away. You need to let go of it. Don't try to hold on to that, because whatever it is, it will go away. And whatever needs to come in will. And there's nothing to fight or try to control. It is what it is, and it's going to be clear-cut decision making. If you need to make a choice about something, you'll have that too. I know, this is coming in strong, right? I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting to do this show, because I'm just giving you what the astrology is delivering here. And I'm intrigued by it. So find some comfort in knowing that if you do need to make a decision about something, this energy will help you be clear and not second guess. That's what I want you to hear. So if there's a decision to make, you'll know that's the right one. You won't have this doubt. That's the energy you want to tap into. Of course, you can reject every bit of it and stay in the second guessing, but I don't. This is going to help you finally resolve what's been holding everything back. You want to trust your instincts on this. Remember, the angel will help you. If you need reminding, ask this angel to give you gentle hints throughout the day to trust your instincts. Don't doubt them. Don't overanalyze them. Trust what feels right. It's important. You may not have a clue, like it just doesn't feel right, but you need to go with it. I know that's kind of strange at first, but once you practice trusting your instincts and making those decisions that feel right to you, that bring peace to you, it all starts to become easier, and you'll be able to catch those dynamics quicker. You don't want to second guess yourself on that. These energies that are coming in with this full moon, this Aquarius, this Jupiter, all of this energy wrapping up here, it is strong, but it's also courageous. Because of that expansiveness to go further and step out of that comfort zone and not be afraid, Leo comes in with that energy again, right before moving on to the next sign. So connect with it, you know. You want to forge new ground. You want to look ahead. You want to think forward. You want to see what direction feels right for you. You're the one that has to make that decision. You have to understand that it's not about somebody telling you what it is. You want to trust yourself now. Moving forward, as we go on into the energy that's coming in with a new dimension and world and vibration, all of it, you want to be able to trust that. So you want to trust your instincts. Please do. When we go into a deeper level of this moon, it is connecting you, and this is the part that's very interesting. It is connecting you to the past. Why? Jupiter's retrograde. However, it's connecting you to the past, but not to get stuck in the past. I want you guys to hear this part. This is the part that I thought was fantastic. It's guiding you to connect to the energies of the past. Challenges, experiences, life has, you have felt it. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. But it's not to stay in the past, not to get stuck, not to keep, going in a cycle of that. But it's actually, you take that energy it's connecting to and you use it as fuel for your future. You use it to grow forward. You take, okay, I learned a lot through that tough experience. I'm not in that experience anymore, but now I'm going to take that energy and you're going to redirect that energy to fuel right now in your now where you manifest moving forward. So it's for your future. The past will help you moving forward, but not to get stuck in it. So if you have to write that down, do it, because I know it's so easy to feel like you just get stuck reminiscing. It's not about regrets. There is no regrets here. It's not about, oh no, no, none of that. Don't even go there. This is about when it does connect you to the past, use it to fuel your future. Big one right there. You may have to let go, and you probably have let go of a lot over the last year. Understand that. And you may find yourself like just feeling like you're constantly starting over. I get that too, because when something so new as, honestly, it feels like a completely brand new world is developing, there'll be a few bumps. And we'll try all these brand new innovative things and it's so exciting, but you can't be a perfectionist about it. You can't be hard on yourself if you try something. Okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'm going to try something. And maybe it did work, or maybe it didn't, or maybe it partially worked. You can't beat yourself up about that. You got to go, okay, learn something. Go back, try again. That's where you'll find your success. You are growing. You're learning. It's like school. The whole world's in school again. I know. Think about it. This is a good frequency that will help us launch a new future. So I really like that. So you got to let go of some of the stuff that's popping up. Don't get stuck in the past. Remember that. The old life that we knew, I mean, really, if you think back a year ago or 2 years, nothing's like it was then. Nothing. And it won't be. You don't want to get caught in trying to recreate that. You want to take what you have, recreate and appreciate what you're going to have in the future. And this is a good frequency. It's actually a beautiful frequency coming in that helps us remember that no matter where we are right now and today, love is what will help move us forward. You want to know that you have to be good to yourself. You have to let it go. If there's forgiveness to do, let it go. Things like that. We might be looking at a completely different experience personally. You may have a new job. You may be living in a new place, new friends. Everything is shifted. So if you look at what worked in the past, what were your triumphs? You may find that you're missing some of the great days of old. Bring them with that fuel. Finding things in the past that were great, that can be fuel as well for your future. Think about it. It's not just about the sadness of the past. It's nothing like that. It's like, what could you take that was a strength? What could you take that you loved? What could you take from that and bring it into the new chapter that you're embarking on? These are the things you want to be thinking about. It's not a all is lost kind of a experience here. This has got great wisdom floating all around us that we want to tap into. There's a lot of wisdom that we could tap into our inner self, our intuitive side, and listen to that. The intuition that I pick up for myself personally and my choices not necessarily would work for you or anybody else. I do readings, yes, but you know I'm all about you trusting your own intuition. And I am the most happy when what I'm picking up for you is validation of what you already knew. That means your intuition, you are hearing it. You just need to trust it a little bit more. Things like that. You will feel a connection with this somehow, some way. I mean, you'll feel it if you haven't already. I have for the last week. Things that could have looked like, oh no, it's all falling apart. Believe it or not, new doorways open when things like that happen. So instead of being focused on it's all ruined, it's going away, or something like that, ask and say, okay, I'm looking for a new door that's about to open because that's closing. And you want to be clear with that. You don't want to be trying to pry open a door that's closing because maybe it needs to close. Because a new pathway, that's where you want to put your energy. Learn what you had from that before, from that experience, and take it with you, so to speak. We have a lot of good things, bad things, positive, negative, you name it. There's so many things going on, but we can connect to this energy to help remind us of how strong and powerful we can be, how courageous we can be, how we can step out of our comfort zone to learn something new, experience a new pathway. If you stay in your comfort zone, it's just the way you always know it. It's easy, you don't have to think, but you're not really growing and learning anything. It's all good, and we have times where we're in that. This is a time where it's encouraging us to step out and find something else. Pretty much globally, everybody. You'll be able to connect with those past experiences like ancestors or history or higher dimensions. There's a lot here, and that's where the angel comes in, Haniel. Haniel can help you with that. I have been picking up, you would not believe, it's been one of those kind of weeks where I've had a lot of interesting visions coming in through my dreams, messages, answers. I mean, stronger than before. And I mean, I get them pretty regularly, and I'm not, I've been doing this, so I practice it all the time, but they've been very strong, very clear. And I'm thinking, wow, this is just no joke this week. This is crazy. But it's not crazy. It's very exciting. Very exciting. It's a time to remember you did have successes in the past. You can take that fuel. Don't miss them and regret they're gone. Don't use that energy that way. When the memories come in from that, from those days that you missed, just like, you know what? That was great. Those ones that were awesome. Bring that energy in. It's going to be an interesting experience moving forward from here, because this is such a clear, concise, yes, let go of that. No, here it comes. This is what you're going to do. And we've been so feeling foggy for so long. We're almost like, really? We're really going to feel like that? I believe so. I've been seeing it this week a little bit with some of the visions I've been getting, and it's been just nonstop. And that is a norm for me to feel it about a week ahead of a full moon. So then when I had all of that happen, and then I was like, I got to do some research on what I want to do with this show. And when I started looking it up, there it was. It was just laid right out. I go, well, that's why that's all happening. Kind of, it was cool, And it also gave me that boost of confidence to trust even more. So that's what's going on. Archangel Haniel is a wonderful angel. Remember, if you're working on spiritual, intuitive gifts, you're psychic, you're connecting with your intuition, you want to, work with higher dimensions and realms, work with the lunar cycles, that's the angel. If you want to have that out of the comfort zone, see things from a new perspective, that would be Archangel Gabriel. You just have to ask and then just let it fall into place. So with that said, let me go over and say hello to everyone in chat. Let's see, we got Robin, Megan, hey guys, Belinda, hey Will, Maddie, let's see, Michelle, Robin, all right, okay, what do we got going on? You've been seeing feathers. Okay, Will, I hope you made it back. You good? It's good to see you back in here. He's been a busy guy. He's a busy guy. And we love it when he comes in. So I'm glad to have you here. He's way over in Tokyo, so that's a totally different time zone. So let's see. What do we have here? Robin, moving forward, I felt a surge of clarity and connection to the universe. Awesome. So you did, and you were seeing feathers everywhere you go. Don't they indicate ancestor trying to get in touch with me? Yes, they can, but they could be the angels. What color were they? That's important. Did you die? Like, if this happens again, or do you remember the color of the feather? I get feathers a lot, but it's more angelic for me. My ancestors have been coming in too. That's so weird. Ancestors have been coming in. Believe it or not, I've had a lot of number sequences coming in. I laid them all out. They came in a certain order, and it was a full-blown message for me about what to do. And then I had 2 ancestors come in. Actually, I had 3. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And the angels were coming in with feathers, so I've had all of the above. It's been crazy. Let's see. Yuri, hi Yuri. Dr. Jenn, can we manifest on a full moon? Yeah, you can. This is a manifesting one. You can. You can manifest any day of the week, 24/7, 365 days. You can all the time. Here's what's happening with this one. It is a manifesting because of Jupiter. It's also a releasing and letting go. So this is a simultaneous jump of letting go of what's getting in the way and causing your frequency to drop, and bringing your focus on expanding and seeing beyond for something brand new, something different. And that's where your manifesting will come in. And the clear, concise of the decision about this moon, yes, absolutely. This one in particular is very manifesting. So yes, absolutely. Who among archangels is a manifesting expert? Manifesting expert. That would be Raziel. R-A-Z-I-E-L, Archangel Raziel. He's the keeper of God's secrets, very esoteric. Also Metatron. Metatron would as well, but actually any of them. But manifesting really is going to be about where you're focusing more than it is an angel. So just want to remind you of that. You could be working with one about all kinds of things, and they will help you. But at the same time, they're basically going to come right back and say, this is where you need to step in and do some of the work. So I hope that made sense. White and black and a red tail hawk feather. Okay, the hawk, keen eyesight to see further out. To see further out for your perspective, see the bigger picture. Do you feel like you've had a sense of seeing things in a different way, like understanding it deeper or from a bigger picture? Because that's that red tail hawk. Also, the white and black is a balance. The black feather is not necessarily negative. It's more of a grounding color. And the white is you have a higher dimension and you have support from the universe, the angels, etc., like that. So that's pretty cool. The hawk feather is interesting though. That's about seeing very far out. Yeah, they have a keen eyesight. That's your animal spirit guides coming in there. Maddie, I had a very intense dream about an ex last night, and it seemed to highlight some lack of closure in the relationship and made me want to talk to him even more. Do the angels have any advice? I keep seeing the word repeat, and then I see repeat, delete. That's what they're giving me. That sounds kind of indirect, but I'm seeing the intense dream is showing you what's causing all the distress for you, honestly, causing all the stuck. So you felt like you wanted to talk to him even more. I'm getting the words repeat, delete. That's what I'm getting. That's really different for you, isn't it? But that's what it is. So I'm not going to doubt it because I'm getting repeat, delete. So I'm getting, and I'm also getting a cycle, like it's cycling. It's cycling, it's cycling. You're connecting with the past. Think about that with this energy. It connects you with the past, which would be fueling the way it used to feel. But is it really a good idea to repeat? And then the word delete comes from behind it. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You need to click with that because that's a choice you have to make. To repeat the past or delete the past is what maybe that's for you to connect with. I know that sounds very strange, but that was exactly what I got. Let's see here. Yuri, I am hoping to experience a major breakthrough and I need support from the angels. You will, if you choose to. You will. Major breakthrough. Absolutely, they always support you. They always support you. You're working to not second guess yourself. That's what I'm picking up. It's like, no more second guessing. It's like, no more second guessing, Yuri. Just step into the game and we walk right alongside you. That's how I heard it just then, and that's actually kind of nice. That made me feel good for you. I went, wow, that's nice. They're saying we're going to walk right there, right beside you. You just need to go. I hope that made sense. I know some of these things have been coming in so cool lately. Let's see, Robin, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I felt a bigger sense of oneness with the universe, like a melting into the water of a stream. Exactly. You're feeling your connection to the universe. How beautiful is that? The web of life, we're all part of it. And we make that ripple effect every time we move in it. So yes, you're starting to see the bigger picture. It's very interesting. Megan, I feel like I'm on the cusp of releasing limiting beliefs in regards to finances and about how to flow into a new level of flow. Any guidance from angels? Well, that's interesting. Releasing limiting beliefs. You know what? That's a big one right there. Releasing limiting beliefs about financing. Sometimes when we're trying to embark on a new adventure or a new job or a new direction in life, it's what we want, we're excited about it, and then we get in there and we start second guessing like, oh, I hope this was the right decision. Or we start to find ourselves thinking of lack. And this is just a reminder for you, because I think that you'll easily come right back out of it. If you have to put sticky notes everywhere or whatever you do to remind yourself, there's a second guessing on trusting what you're doing for your future. If you find that there's something amiss, or you went a direction, you were excited and it just feels like it needs tweaking or it's not quite working out, that doesn't mean that it's ruined. It means you may need to step back one step or two to reevaluate or find a new direction or fine-tune it. I feel more fine-tuning is what's caused here, and you need to believe in it. Do you believe in it completely? I feel that believing in something is going to fuel it. If you had history of lack in the past, which probably everybody has at one point, I don't know, you want to take that and fuel it into a positive for it to be a mindset of abundance. Is that making sense? Hope so. I know, so crazy, right? Let's see here. Yes, you got this, Yuri. I know you do. You can do this. It's a confidence thing. Absolutely. I think it is for a lot. Let's see. Oh no, you are attracting, Will says he's attracting many sophisticated scammers. Yeah, there are smart ones. You know, you can shield that up. That's a good example. Just shield up. I mean, it happens. Like, put the intention out there to be able to pick up on it quicker. So it bounces right back. Basically, the energy that they send bounces back to them, and then it's not about affecting you. We want to be able to trust our intuition when we feel something's off, or slow down and not go too fast. I get what you're saying completely, because it happens to all of us. And you learn from it. If you go through something, you learn from what did I learn from that? I learned to, okay, I'm going to do that different next time, or slow it down, or, put more. I know what I'm trying to say, and I think you know what I am saying. But anyway, that I get what you're saying. Just put the shield out and the intention that whatever comes to me will be reflected back to them. It has nothing to do with me. What they're trying to do has nothing to do with, because that's an energy and we don't want to attract it, obviously. So it's kind of a shielding up your energy to not attract it. Let's see, I'm too nice or trusting. It's not a good answer all the time. You're too nice or trusting. There is something else going on here. What's the best way easily to connect with angel? Yeah, something else going on. You may need to clear a negative energy attachment, Will. Let me go on to that before I hit Alma's. You may need to clear an energy that connected, because sometimes they cord in something toxic. And if you've been feeling drained or overwhelmed a lot lately, I don't know if you have, but if you feel drained or overwhelmed, or feel like it's just gone into this chaotic mindset, clearing and cutting cords Cutting cords, yeah. Clearing and cutting cords would help a lot. I know, I hear that. Let's see. I've learned, when talking about being too nice or trusting, I've learned to say no quicker when I feel the red flags. I used to think, oh, I might be overreacting to that. If I feel a red flag about something now, I stop, I ask for clarity on it, I sleep on it, and if it still doesn't feel right, I'm out of there. Done. I cut the tie. I used to be 2 or 3, okay, let me try this, let me try that, but no, it doesn't work that way. We have to be more clear, bold, concise, and not be afraid to do what's right for us. Alma, what's the best way to easily connect with the angels or higher self? You just ask and you put yourself into a receive mode. So the best way is to simply have the intention that you want to. There's not really a rule. You don't have to go through a big ritual. Some people do because that helps them. Meditation helps, but honestly, just going and asking for their insight and their guidance, and then say thank you. And then it's going into a mindset of it's already been received, the answer's there, and then you just go about your day, because now you go into receive and listening mode. And believe it or not, the most unexpected surprises will pop up. The answers might come from a friend saying something that was exactly what you were looking for. They don't realize that they're the messenger from what you were requesting, but it happens that way. You might see it on a book or a magazine. You might be reading something on the internet and you'll see it. It's just, it will happen and it'll come to you. But we have to just ask, have gratitude, and know that it's already been answered, and then just move on and go about your day. Go about your day. That's, honestly, it works better, I think, that way sometimes than to try to sit there and go, okay, answer me, and then you're waiting and expecting it. Because they bring the information to you the way that it will work in your life. And if there's a bigger picture that we're not seeing and things are trying to unfold in a certain way, the universe is conspiring and aligning it. And it may not be like right then and there. So you basically just believe in it. You need to believe in it. And then you go about your day. Let's see. Who? Wait, I lost where I was. Oh, Giovanna. Hello, Giovanna. Do the angels have anything for me? That's pretty general. We're talking about the full moon. We're talking about the full moon and how we're going to work with this energy today. So it's basically going into a receive mode, and if any of the past comes up for you, how can you make that a positive for your future? So that is what came up when I'm trying to answer you, believe it or not. It actually has a lot to do with what we're talking about in the show today. There's a lot of strong energy here for manifesting in a positive way by taking things that reflect or connect in the past and moving forward with it. Moving forward in a positive way, trying to find a way to use something, whether it was a challenge or something great that we just missed that was awesome. We had, that was like the limelight of our life, moving and going forward with it. So I know, weird answer, but that's the answer I'm getting for you. Let me see where I'm at here. Whoa, where'd it go? Giovanna. Maddie, thanks, Jen. You're so welcome. I'm trying not to get weighed down by this as I'm on the verge of big changes, including trying to find a new place to live and supporting myself in sustainable ways. Well, exactly. What it's trying to do is show you what's bogging you down. That's what it feels like to me. Not to influence here, but it feels like, repeat, delete. That's it. Go process those words and think about what it's saying. Are you repeating something that's just going to keep causing you to feel bogged down? I think you need to lighten it up and bring it closer into home so you can focus on those things you're trying to achieve. Hi, Dalek. Oh my God, you're late. Oh, well, we're glad to have you here. You're not that late. There's always the archive if you want to get the first half of the show. Let's see. Megan, thank you, Jen. This morning I was thinking about putting sticky notes up around your house so I can stay in the vibration of abundance and focused on where I'm headed versus the past. Yeah. Remember, this moon is about the past being connected to the past, but to fuel our future. I want to keep reminding everybody about that. That was one of the most exciting things I saw. We might feel it coming up, but how can it fuel where we're going? And it'll be different for everybody. Will, what Jen says, yep, cut the tie. Even at financial loss, better move on. Yes. I mean, we've all had to do that. I've had to do that. But if you feel, the way to know that that's right for you, for everybody that might be feeling like they got to make big choices like that, what brings you peace? Because abundance is not just financial. It's your happiness, the peacefulness, relationships. It's the whole journey, not just that part of the journey. So what brings the peacefulness? For me, honestly, all the money in the world, if I'm not happy or I'm feeling worn out and stressed and pulled in 100 directions, it's not going to work for me. I do like the balance. I do like to have financial stability like anybody else. But I also know I need to feel the peacefulness and the balance, because I don't thrive very well when it's just push, 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 and there's no happiness. Happiness is a high frequency that helps manifest more. It's one of the highest frequencies. So sometimes if we're just focused on, and this is for everybody, I'm not just pinpointing him, but it was a good point to bring up. Sometimes if we're just focused on the money, we can get so stressed out when it doesn't go exactly as planned, and now it's pulling our frequency down, and we can't manifest what we want in that level. We're going to manifest and bring into our reality the frequency we're resonating at. When we are looking at law of attraction, that's what it does. So you want to make sure you have your highest frequency and you're in those higher positive vibes as much as possible. And yes, we go up and down. Everybody does. You go up and down, and you'll feel that. But when you want to manifest something, you want to bring that intention. Laughter and happiness, having fun is one of the easiest ways to lift the frequency up where you need it to be for manifesting. Even if it is the finances, even if it is something in career, or even if it is, like Maddie said, working on sustainability and taking care of herself and finding a new place. All of those things combined. That's the whole journey, not just the one part. Usually, if you're focusing on what brings you joy and you're working your passions and you're just loving what you're doing, the finance part falls into place. That's the way it works for me. It never works the other way for me. Oh, it just never does. Never has. Let's see. Dilek, I started cutting cords. I had fear about money. Okay. Karma and ancestral path. I have been working on it for a week or so. I feel it's working. Clearing energy, cutting cords is best. Yeah. You know, let's talk about the chakras for a minute, because we've had that cord thing come up a couple of times. When a cord of a relationship, and sometimes we call them like the energy vampires, right? And you got something just draining you. A lot of times when a cord from someone else or something else, an energy, a group, anything, it will attach at the third chakra. The third chakra is our power center. Do you have power over your life, or do they have power over your life, or do the other source, the cord attachment? So it comes in there a lot. It comes in like right at your solar plexus, and sometimes you'll feel it. You get that feeling. Have you ever noticed people crossing their arms a lot, and you feel like that? They're actually protecting in a subconscious way their third chakra. I mean, if you do that as a protection, it's a natural thing you do. And sometimes you see people with their arms crossed a lot. They're protecting their third chakra. They're not meaning to, but that is what they're doing. It's kind of like that. But it comes in that third chakra. It hooks in, and sometimes these things, when I see them as with psychic ability, because I do see a lot of visual stuff, some of them are huge, like a fire hose thick. Like, oh my goodness, that's going to take a little bit of cutting. And some are smaller and thin. And the thing is, with a cord attachment like that, if it's draining your power away, that's going to have a strong attachment. You just keep cutting away. You just keep doing it. And if you feel like, I already cut that one, but I got to cut it again, probably was a pretty strong one. If we go and repeat Maddie, we reattach those cords that we cut before that were affecting us. So that's something that just came up for you from all of this. So and also when it comes in, a lot of times they come in at the third chakra because we're open. Maybe our energy field is just open and letting everything in. If you're empathic, that's a tendency. And then it will go and disperse to different chakras, whatever it's about. So, for example, in Maddie's case, if it came in through the third, and these are just examples, it would also be in the heart center in the fourth chakra because it was emotional relationship related. It could also go into the first and second chakra where we have our financial stability. First and second is our creativity and financial stability. Do we have a roof over our head? All of our physical needs being met. If you have a lot of low back pain and things low, you know, if you feel stuff like that a lot of times that's coming from the first chakra. Not every time, but a lot of times it is. And it's the body is an antenna. It's trying to tell you what's going on. It's trying to give you a hint. And these are just examples. I'm not pinpointing anybody exactly. I'm using some of the stories here as an example. So if it's coming in and you're feeling, okay, I got to get rid of that, this is what I like to do. This works for me. I just close my eyes and I visualize Archangel Michael's sword because he's the one that can help you cut cords and rejuvenate and get your power back, okay? And I just visualize this massive cord being cut. And sometimes I have had to cut it 2 or 3 times. Once it's cut, you refill that space with healing energy and you just lift yourself. I have a meditation out there, guys, that's free for that if you haven't listened to it yet. And it helps guide you through how to do that. But just cutting that, just that visual, you can feel relief from that. Because we're talking energy. We're talking energy. And what we're doing is we're using visualization to keep our focus and our intention on what we're doing, because we're working with the essence of these different angels and we're working with energy to clear it. So once you clear energy off, you want to refill that space with good energy. And so you just ask. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, I lost track. Full moon is best time to release and move on. Yes, full moon is a good releasement time. You can release things every day at any time. You don't have to wait for a full moon. A full moon energy amplifies it, gives us that extra boost on, especially for the things that are hard to let go of. New moons are new beginnings. Full moons are releasing old. We get this opportunity, every month. So let's see here. Belinda, hi Belinda. I've been feeling so disconnected. How can I reconnect? First, the intention. Just stop and say and ask and just go into a receive mode. If we're focusing on feeling isolated, you're working on just allowing the good energy back in. You want to feel the reconnection. And I know we can get caught up in things so much with everything happening in life that we can lose track, and then all of a sudden we feel out of balance. That tells me your intuition is working to get your attention that you are disconnected. So now you go in and you go, okay, I am disconnected. So I want to reconnect. And that intention right there, and just putting the time in to respect that connection. Clear your field if you feel like you have some weight on there. Usually clearing once a day is good right now with so much change going on. I'm clearing at least once a day. I do anyway because of all the work I do with energy, but I really highly recommend it. And for some people that are in a real high, heavy toxic and they're trying to let go of something that's really corded to them, do it twice a day, like every 12 hours, morning when you wake up and before you go to bed. Yuri, let's see, can you share a personal story of using a ritual to manifest something? Rituals help me focus my intention, but I don't know which process is best for full moons. Okay. what I do, I'm not the biggest ritual person, but I do love full moons. When I work with full moon energy, I like to sit out under the full moon light. You can also use crystals if you like to use crystals. You can use a dip in the ocean if you have salt water near you. If not, you can recreate that at home. Salt and water is a conduit to help pull energy off that needs clearing. That also helps for anybody trying to clear. I like Himalayan salt. You can use sea salt. You can also use baking soda and Epsom salt together. It pulls negative energies off. It's really weird how it works. But because you put that into the water, and if you don't have a bathtub, you can make this into a pitcher, take it into a shower and pour over you. That's what a lot of people do. That would be considered a ritual. It's just clearing off your energy. And then and as you're clearing it off and as you're using this water, the water helps you focus to let go. As it goes down the drain, you're letting it go. That would be it's one of the simplest rituals. It's very effective. I've had people tell me that they feel completely different after doing something like that, because we don't realize how our body holds energies. All your cells hold consciousness, and they are affected by positive, negative too. So that's what I suggest. Some people put the different crystals in the water. I don't necessarily do that. I always just focus, and I always work with the angels a lot too. And I just ask them, whatever I might not be seeing, help me to see clearly what needs to go away. And I thank them, I let it go. And as I'm looking at that beautiful full moon, and if it's a cloudy night, I still visualize it. I still visualize it. And I just embrace the energy. I embrace the energy just flowing through me. So that might help you if you did it that way. Like as you're pouring it on, it's taking it off and going down the drain. Yeah, that's a way to do that. I hope that helps you. It's something simple. Please suggest a manifesting ritual or process that involves angels and our guides. Okay, I use all of the above. The water, salt water. I do live by the ocean, so I can use the salt at the ocean, but I also use Himalayan salt, so I use that. And then I also ask Michael to clear it away. Michael's good for that. Haniel is good. Archangel Haniel, if you want to work on your intuition and insights. So if you have energy to clear, use Michael. Then ask Haniel to come in. You just ask. That's what you do. It is. I hope that made sense. Maddie, I have been wondering how much I may be reattaching versus allowing in attachment. Yeah. I think you know. I think you got it, right? Okay, I know. It's crazy, right? There's so many things here when we're tuning into this energy. And those are good questions that Yuri asked, like how can we work with this? Absolutely. If ritual is important to you, then you find something that works for you. If it's sitting out under the moon, if it's using crystals, you can use those. If you need to clear energy, working with Michael, just simply asking, focusing on that cord being cut, and Michael's going to help you. One of the stories that I had way back, it was a vision that I had. Michael came to me, and I know some of you may have already heard this before, but Michael came to me years ago. It was about 2010 or 2011. And maybe it was before that, but it was a while ago. And he said, he picked me up and he put me on a white horse, and it was his horse. And he was putting me on this path to go, and the horse is walking away. And I go, and he takes his sword and he hands it to me. And I go, what are you doing? And I kept trying to give him back the sword. And I go, what are you giving me that for? I'm going to give it back to you. He goes, nope, you're going to need it where you're going. And at that time, I'm like, what the heck was that all about? Why would he give me his sword? That's his sword. He was teaching me how we need to cut our cords. We need to have that intention. They are there to assist us. They don't do it all, but they teach us and they give us that essence and that energy of that particular angel to help us cut those cords. There's a lot more that you can do for yourself than you realize sometimes. They are there to assist us, but not to do it all for us. They comfort us, they encourage us, they give us insight, they guide us, they protect us, yes. But in that case, he was asking for a personal story, and that is one. This angel gives me this, and I'm trying to give it. I think, no, what are you doing? He go, oh, no, you're going to. And so basically, he was passing his energy of how to do that to me, but he can do that with anybody. It wasn't just me. He was showing me and teaching me how to cut those cords and how I can use that as I'm working with energy healing as I go down the path. So that's a story. I know it's like it was mind-blowing. I've had angels come to me pretty strong throughout my life. You know, I had one in a vision drop down in front of me. I'm trying to walk into a door and they're like, oh no, not that way. They were trying to tell me the path I was taking. No, not good. Had a huge X on the door. I'm like, oh, maybe not, because they were giving me heads up. You need to reassess this decision. Not tell me what to do, but they were giving me a heads up because I asked them to. Long story short, and this angel drops down as I'm trying to walk through this door. This was a vision, and it was Michael, drops down in front and just stops me from going in, and the wingspan was just enormous. Can you imagine just a 10-foot angel dropping in front of you with the wingspan on that? So I'm thinking, okay, obviously I'm not going that way. Okay, kind of clear. So long story short, as I go about my day the next week, it played out. That was exactly what was happening, and was something that I was looking into doing. Nope, pull back, not that way. That's how you listen, and that's how it was working for me at the time. That's starting to pick up and get a lot more active all of a sudden lately in the last week or two, that I'm getting a lot of information like that. So just know they are there. They are there. They will guide you, but we take action. They follow what we choose to do. That's big. You are so welcome, Yuri. I hope that all made sense to you. Yes. Okay, good. I'm feeling more confident now. Good for you. Well, thank you, Will. I'm glad you were able to join, and I hope that you found some encouragement with the challenges that you were asking about. I hope everyone has. I want everyone to know that this is a good moon. This is a good moon. Don't worry if past things come up. It's going to show you how to have clarity moving forward. Remember that about this moon. It's also got that Jupiter energy for expansion, to see things differently, to step out of the comfort zone. I mean, if you think about the challenges that may have popped up for you in the last month, week, day, fill out your comfort zone. Now what do I do, right? Exactly. So when we're out of the comfort zone, we're looking for a different way. We're looking for something different, not trying to repeat and do it the same way again. That's a big deal. The other thing is, one of the best things that I've ever kept around close to me was from the Tao Te Ching. The water will always find a way around the rock. It just flows. If there's an obstacle that's causing a problem, it means you don't go that way. You find a different path. It comes from a wonderful sage from thousands and thousands of years ago, and it still works today. It will always find a way around the rock. The water just flows. Be the water. That way you're more flexible when the unexpected happens. You're more flexible to find a new route. You're more flexible to open your eyes and look for possibilities in a different way. But all the energy coming in with this moon, as a recap before we close out, we have Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is all about reinventing, revolutionizing your life, change. We have Jupiter in retrograde, which is going to bring up some past, but show you the possibilities. You're connecting with ancestors, you're connecting with the past, but you're going to use it for the fueling the future, like in a positive way. And we have the angels are coming in. So that's 3 of them we've talked about today. Michael, if you've got to cut cords. And we've talked about how to do it. So if you missed some of the show, go back and listen to the archive and we'll go over it. We have Archangel Haniel working with this moon energy for intuition. You want to trust your intuition right now because it's going to come in bold and clear what you have to do or which way to go. And if it's about letting something go or taking a path. Really important. And sometimes we just need to retreat and pull back and stop listening to all the chatter outside of ourselves. That's not where your decisions should be made. We're connecting with each other, but at the same time, if it's not resonating for you, you still have to listen to your intuition about what would be right for you. Now see, we had Haniel, we also had Gabriel. Gabriel's fantastic for seeing those other perspectives. Also, if you're in creativity, art, music, writer, anything innovative, inventors, that's creativity energy right there. If you've been feeling some stomach upset or digestive issues, things are churning in your chakras. 3rd chakra is your power center. 2nd chakra is creativity and new things, new beginnings. Your 1st chakra and your 2nd chakra are also related to your physical needs being met, whether it's finance or anything else. So we were talking about all kinds of things today. We talked about the 4th chakra, where your emotions are processed, where you feel life. It's also where your passions are going to be felt and your heart-centered choices. That's important to look at that. If you've had anything, I'm going to go ahead and finish them now. We've gone through all of them. If you've gone through anything up in this area, your 5th chakra, your throat, that's communications. Are you listening? Are you clearly communicating your message? And then we go up to your 3rd eye. The next one would be here, your 3rd eye. That's your 2nd sight. I believe Robin was getting that hawk. That's seeing further out, seeing the bigger picture, seeing clearly. The mind's eye, your intuitive eye, that's what that one is. And your 7th chakra at the top of the crown of your head is the connection to the higher realms, the connection of your spirituality and moving on. You have an 8, 9, 10, you got more too. There's more. We will stop at 7 because we're out of time and I'm going to let everybody go. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've learned something. And I do want to say thank you. And I have much gratitude for all of you that show up and join me live every week. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time on The Jenn Royster Show. Namaste.
You've been listening to The Jenn Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life. Dr. Jenn Royster is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Imagine having the ability to use your innate positive energy to dissolve the stuckness in your life, whether it's emotional, physical, or spiritual, through this incredible dynamic show. If you've missed any part of this show or any other show, visit www.jenroyster.com.